December 30th, 2010. Ever since I managed to crack the starting point guard position of the Portland Trail Blazers, I've actually noticed something. Our offensive plays, they don't really work. And what I mean is, the plays that we had before, they either don't work to the point where the whole play is fumbled, or the plays that we had are not as effective as they should be. So I've literally been spending the last hour or two literally looking at all these plays and just changing each and every one of them for the positions. And as you can see, here is pretty much the updated playbook for each position. I've literally went down in order, so from point guard I started from literally my position and I've worked all the way from the point guard, and as you can see, shooting guard, and I've literally worked my way up all the way to the power forward positions. And there's a lot of plays in there, a couple of 13 ups, multiple positions and multiple plays with featuring your post games and mid ranges, and lots of pick and fades and pick and rolls as well. But when it comes time to it, we're going to need these plays, especially when it comes into crunch time in the playoffs. This is the last game of 2010, and we're going to close this year out with a game against the Utah Jazz. And even though we played them recently, this game is pretty much closer than the one that we actually had just the other day. This time we're at home, so this is literally the final game, the final home game of 2010, and we've actually done really well so far in the first, 2 whole months of the season. We're currently tied for the 4th seed in the West, so if we win today, we could probably crack the top 3. But literally next week, we've got a couple of big games, including a back-to-back stretch in Texas. We've got 2 away games, 1 to Dallas and 1 to Houston. And those are the 2 teams that we're literally facing for the West. And eventually, we're going to have to face the Lakers again. So January should be a very interesting month as far as how we actually perform in this season. But for some reason, when it comes to facing the Utah Jazz, we just can't really shake them off. And I don't really want to play this team in the playoffs, just simply because each and every game is competitive. Last time we played them, it went down to the wire, and this game is down to the wire. As you can see, we're literally up by 5. 3 seconds left in the shot clock. Brandon Roy goes literally behind the back of the crossover move and hits the rim on there with a very contested shot right there. But literally, for some reason, when it comes to Utah, they just always have an answer to our offense, and especially our defense. And I think one of the reasons why we've done very well in the first, let's say, quarter of the season, the first quarter of the last couple of months of 2010, is simply because of our defense and the fact that we're able to not let the opposing team score as much points. Look at that! That's Wesley Matthews. Wesley Matthews going aggressive there to the paint and throwing it down. A little bit of a botch pick and roll there between Brandon Roy and Marcus Camby, but it gets the basket, and as you can see, the game is tied at 31. So I'm now wondering, well, if Utah are literally gonna be like this to the point where they're literally competitive, that's one of the new plays that I've actually incorporated as well. That little switch pick and roll. I think it's like 51 up. I'm not really sure, but as you can see, as I pull up for the fadeaway there, nothing but money. There are a lot of new plays in this game, and I just wanted to test them out, just to see which ones actually worked. And as you can see, look at that sidestep fadeaway mid-range shot. But we end the first half up by 2.
And he has 1 block in the game too.
Trailblazers lead by 2.
Welcome to the HP Halftime Report. I'm Damon Bruce. We got a great game going on out at the Rose Garden. 2 guys who both came to play tonight. They've been very active in the game and will look to stay hot in the second half. Thanks so much for tuning in. Now let's get you back out to the start of the...
Beginning of the second half, and as you can see, pass the ball inside to LaMarcus Aldridge. And one of the things that I've noticed about LaMarcus Aldridge in the last couple of games is that LaMarcus actually has a very decent post game. So what I've been trying to do is I've been trying to feed him the ball a little bit more down low in the post, and it seems to have worked. But even with LaMarcus in the post, as he literally gets that defender with the fake, and he goes all the way to the basket for the two-handed slam. Jeremy Evans, like in this game, LaMarcus Aldridge and Jeremy Evans literally were going, back and forth with each other as far as post moves and inside scoring. Marcus Camby once again, literally, just again that pump fake drive inside with the two-handed dunk, and it seems to be getting the defenders every time. Rudy Fernandez killed it in this game with the three-point shots that he made. He was literally on fire. I think he went for 6 for 7 from the three-point line, and he was able to just keep us in the game at times. As you can see, 13 points, 5 from 8 from the field goal, and I think a couple of them were literally three-point shots. LaMarcus Aldridge missed with that post skyhook, but Marcus Camby with a rebound cleans up his mess, and we're going to end the third quarter literally up by 1 as we begin the fourth quarter. So, as we begin the fourth, we still can't shake this team, and literally they're keeping up with us. So that literally tells me I don't really know where the Utah Jazz are as far as the playoffs are concerned, but if we have to face them in the first round of the playoffs or something, as you see Brandon Roy with that step back jump shot, if we have to play the Utah Jazz in the first round of the playoffs, then it's going to be a very difficult first round. Well, we literally did win both games, but as far as the series being competitive, this might actually be maybe a 7-game series, because obviously with the playoffs you don't really know what's going to happen, and obviously every game is competitive. It's a 7-game series. Look at that pass outside. Wesley Matthews, you haven't seen him actually a lot so far this season, and literally we're slowly extending our lead. Look at that literally sidestep crossover by Rudy Fernandez, rolls around the rim and goes in. That sharp pass there to Greg Oden. Simple crossover move again. I can't go anywhere, so I literally do a step back, jump shot for the 3, and that extends the lead, but they literally go on a 6-point run, and now they're literally still within the game. Marcus Camby with the block, but Raja Bell is wide open, and now the lead is down from 4 to 1 with less than a minute to go. It's now down to 2 now, but literally we just can't get rid of them, and we can't really close them out. We tried to run that 51-up play, but literally it didn't work. We read the play, so Brandon Roy has to literally pull up a fadeaway shot there, and now the lead is at 4, and thanks to that free throw, well, he misses that free throw, but we was able to score 2 more points, and the game is over. We literally win this game by 6. Darren Williams tries to throw up something, that doesn't go out, and we take both games against Utah, and we end 2010 on a high note. We've had an incredible run at home, and hopefully we can translate that performance into 2011. But yeah, that was a tough game.
According to sources within the league office, you have just been named the conference's Player of the Week once again. Who do you most credit for this award?
It all starts with the fans. They've always had my back here, and I owe them everything for that. It's really quite easy when you have teammates like mine and a coaching staff like the one we have. When all the pieces fall into place like that, scoring the points just becomes a formality.